Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's Monday. It's the first official day for Wyatt to be off spring break. And it was a rough morning.
Yeah, it was pretty rough this morning.
Yeah, we had...
Multiple reasons.
Yeah, it took a little bit to get Wyatt up and moving because he's just so used to having spring break. But I got to keep telling him, hey, summer vacation's coming soon, so...
That's right around the corner.
Yeah. And another thing that happened this morning, I woke up and Tank passed away. I know you guys ask a lot about how Tank's doing, and last week or so he's been in pretty rough shape. I knew it was coming. Today I would have made, arrangements to have him put to sleep, but he naturally took care of that himself. But
Yeah.
So not really a great start to a day.
No.
Not how I wanted to deal with today. It's not. We buried him this morning right here. So yeah, it's a little rough for me.
Yeah, we've had him for 15 years.
Yeah, he was 15 years old. He was my first dog I ever had as an adult.
Yeah.
He pretty much has been there my entire adult life. I'm gonna miss him.
But we did, like Roxanne said, we buried him right in the backyard. Dug a really deep hole. And so we hang out in the backyard where we're at now a lot. And so she wanted to put him somewhere where she can go, you can go talk to him and say hi.
And so he's around,
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm trying really hard not to cry, but
Yeah, it's a rough one.
yeah.
He was 15, like we said. We've had him for a long time. Pretty much our entire time Roxanne and I have been together.
Yeah, it's always been Tank.
She's had him for like 9 months before me and her got together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a rough one. Tank was the most unique dog.
He was very unique.
You guys didn't get to really see how unique he was because when we moved here, he was already starting to get older. And right when we first moved here, like a week before we moved, actually, is when he went blind in one of his eyes. He went blind in Vegas.
Yeah, he went blind. And when we first got here, he roamed around. He, walked down to the creek and stuff with us. And
Yeah, we have video of it.
yeah.
He's running around having a good time.
Yeah, he was hanging out. But when he lost the vision, I think, completely, he lost it in his other eye. He's kind of went downhill since then. I mean, he was kind of wandering around and doing his thing, especially over at camp. He had like his little area, like he knew that area over there. And then one day, we have a video of it, he wandered off and we couldn't find him.
He was gone for like almost 2 full days.
Yeah, almost. But we found him, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And, he continued to live his life for a little bit longer even after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely was a very unique dog.
Yeah.
That
dog, he used to, when he was younger, like if the doorbell would ring, he would run to the door and he would jump all the way up the door. Like I'm talking over 6 feet. He would run, jump up on the dog and run up the door and run up the door and come hitting down. And all day he just he's barking at the door because someone's there. And
and he loved to just run around and bark all the time, He would run around and bark all the time, like in the backyard at like nothing, just looking up at the sky for hours and hours and hours. And man, some days it would drive me nuts. I'd be yelling, "Shut up!"
Well, it would be literally like 4 hours.
No, all day.
Non-stop barking.
Yeah, all day.
But I think he was starting to lose vision in one of the eyes during that time. I mean, he did it younger too, but I'm just saying, right? I think he started seeing like splotches or weird shadows or something.
I mean, very possible.
And so he was like, "What's going on?" Right? That's
Yeah.
what I don't know. That's what I think.
But he
was a crazy dog.
Yeah, he was very crazy dog.
That dog, man. Me and him had like the weirdest relationship. It was like a love-hate. Because when I first moved in with Roxanne, she had him for like 9 months before me and her moved in together. And I think he looked at me like I took over his house.
Well, yeah.
At first, right?
Well,
he was very upset at me.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah.
He was not happy because Roxanne would let him sleep in the covers, in the bed, underneath the blankets.
He would snuggle with me and stuff like that at night, And then when you moved in, I mean,
I'm not a huge let an animal sleep under the covers with me kind of guy.
Yeah, and so we had to change some things around a little bit, and but I mean, he had like a dog bed.
Oh yeah, no, he had it made. He had big dog bed. He had pillows and blankets and.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We buried him with his favorite blanket.
Yes, like this last week or so, like I said, he wasn't doing too good, so I knew it was coming. So I promised him that I would bury him with his favorite blanket, because anytime I'd wash it, I'd have to put a different blanket in there, because we'd keep him kind of in a cage. We would let him out on the deck so he could sit in the sun and chill with all the other dogs, but we had to keep him like in a cage, like if he was in the house or whatever, because he's blind, so he would wander off. I mean, there was a couple times I'd set him outside to go to the bathroom, and I'd run in the house really quick to go grab water, and he'd be way over there in the woods,
Yeah.
So we had
to keep a close eyeball on him.
Yeah.
The past like 4 or 5 months.
But what I was getting at is when I'd wash that blanket and I'd have to give him the backup one, he would be mad.
Yeah, he would be not having it.
Yeah, he would growl and get all mad. And,
where's my blanket?
Yeah, all upset, like he was, So I told him that when that time comes, Tank, I'll bury you with your favorite blanket, I promise,
No.
So he's in there with his blanket.
Yep. He's right over here by this nice oak tree.
Yep, he can sit here and look at everything that's going on, hear the chickens all the time, you know?
We'll keep this spot right here open. Make like a little plaque for him or something. We'll do something to mark where he's at. I mean, we know where he's at. I have a bunch of rocks that I went and gathered, and it's on top of where we buried him, so the dogs and nothing else can dig.
Yeah.
But we did put it down pretty deep, guys.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear. Is come out here one day.
Yeah.
Just, he got dug up. I don't want that.
So this was the first dog I've ever experienced this type of life cycle with.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with it. I had a dog when I was a kid, but when you're a kid, it's different.
Yeah. It was the family dog.
Yeah, but like I didn't take care of the dog. I didn't feed it. Yeah, I pet it and play with the dog, but I never.
Yeah, you were a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid. So Tank's
Tank, you got his little baby puppy.
Yeah.
He was only like 8 weeks old when you got him.
Mhm.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I got him from a puppy store. He was like 8 weeks old, and he was so tiny. I used to like put him inside my sweatshirt, and like his little head would stick out, and I put little sweaters on him when he was a puppy. I mean, he wears sweaters, even now.
Oh yeah,
because he's,
he has a Christmas sweater. I think it's in the house somewhere.
Yeah.
He's got a Christmas sweater. I think you got him a Valentine's Day sweater one time too, or something.
Something. But
she would go all out, guys.
Yeah.
With Tank.
And it's crazy because Tank used to love to play with balls.
Oh.
Yeah, so we would get him like the bouncy balls you buy at like Walmart. They're like not plastic, but they're
rubber.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But he would tear through those so quick he'd pop it. But he would bounce it up on his nose and be jumping and bouncing the ball, and he'd run and cross and just
Oh, I don't know. Have you guys seen in the chicken coop that big orange ball?
Yeah.
In there. So if you're ever wondered what that is, that's an indestructible ball.
Yeah, he got that for a Christmas present from my dad.
Yeah, because Tank, like she said, he would pop every single ball known to man. And I mean, you'd think, oh, he ain't gonna pop this one. This one's, cowhide, leather. Nope, it'll be popped.
Yeah, he would pop them.
So that ball in the chicken coop, it's really, really hard plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like real thick, and you can't pop it. It's like
Yeah.
it's hard shell, right?
But he would play with that thing, man. He had like
8 hours.
Yeah,
he'd be rolling around with that ball.
Really good control with it. He'd get it out if it got stuck, and it's funny to see such a small dog with this big gigantic ball, you know.
He'd be like the circus. He'd be like pushing the ball like this and like all happy on it and stuff. And if you went over there,
yeah,
he'd be all
get his hands on it.
And he'd like cover the ball up and be like, "This is my ball," and he'd start growling at everybody that comes next to his ball.
Yeah.
But all what he really wanted was for you to grab the ball and like throw it somewhere so he can go run after it again.
Go roll it around, you know.
Yeah. I know. I had some old videos in Vegas at the Lemon Time house of him doing that.
Yeah.
Our first house we bought. It was the whole backyard was concrete.
Yeah.
Big giant slab of concrete, and he would roll that ball like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, I totally forgot about that because it's been so long since he did that.
Yeah, he hasn't really like
We tried to do it here.
That's
why I brought the ball.
Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of it, you know, and he did play with the ball a little bit in the last house we lived in, but he was already kind of going blind at that point, so he didn't really care too much. Plus, it was really hard to let him play because he'd let that ball smack into the sliding glass door, and I was so paranoid that
I'm gonna break it.
Gonna smack through that door,
yeah.
You know. So if he was playing with it, we'd have to like stand outside by the door and like kick it away. And
yeah. Yeah, no, good old Tank. I'm gonna miss Tank.
I'm gonna really miss him.
You know, Boston Terriers. That's what he is, or he was, right? And they're a handful. They can be a handful.
Yeah.
Those dogs. And I think he was the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
He was, like you said, he was really tiny, and he was small like his whole life. I used to see at dog parks, I'd see a Boston Terrier, and then we'd have Tank, and he's, full-blood Boston Terrier, but he's like half the size, super skinny, and the other ones are all like fat and pudgy, kind of like Frenchies, you know?
Yeah.
He was never like that, ever.
No, Tank, but I think part of what Tank's problem was, he was just so active. Like that dog.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a problem. Just maybe that's why he was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think that's why he didn't like get really big and fat like Boston Terriers do, because he was just. I'm telling you guys, that dog never stopped.
No.
You know, so
he
to
had,
see
he
him.
had energy of a 10-year-old forever.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
even till when we first moved here for like the first week, all he cared about was the cats.
Yeah. He was finally around cats, and he was chasing the cats.
Yeah, he would stand there. We had all those pallets stacked onto the side because we hadn't built the like
the floor yet.
Yeah,
the camp at that time.
Yeah, between the two trailers, so the cats would hide out inside the pallets. Well, Tank was there all day.
Yeah, barking and chasing them.
Waiting for one of them to poke their heads out so he could, pretend like he was big and bad. And
well, when we first moved here, like I was so scared, right? To move here at first with the dogs, I was scared that they were going to run away.
Yeah.
Like get lost out in the woods, right? I was freaked out about that because their whole lives they had a fenced backyard.
Yeah.
Right? So I would put them in the backyard and not worry about it. And that was one of my biggest fears, that they'd run off, and that was that.
Yeah.
And I remember like the second day we were here with Tank, he realized cats were here, and they were hiding around the flatbed and stuff.
Yeah.
And all day, 10 hours, he would be around the flatbed, going underneath in it, trying to chase the cats, because cats are brand new to him.
Yeah.
He'd never really been around cats, right? His whole life.
Yeah, I'd never.
And so
I never had cats.
I seen that, and he never would leave, and I was like, oh, Tank's gonna be fine. He ain't going nowhere. The cats aren't over there. And then Jaina, she wouldn't leave your side. She was freaked out because it was new.
Yeah.
And so after that, they got used to camp, and I mean, Tank, it was like the first 6 months. No, it was like the first year we were here. He was fine, and then after like the first year, he started going blind in the other eye.
Yeah, I would say probably the first year. Like just recently, I just happened to watch some random video we posted about when we put the tie downs on the house.
Yeah.
With the
and he's right there.
Yeah, he was over here with us hanging out while we were doing that. You can see him moving around and stuff in the background. So, yeah, I would say it was pretty close to the first year he was around.
Yeah.
And then after that, he's just kind of slowly deteriorated over time. And then, like yesterday, I woke, because we have like a morning routine. I mean, usually we have him in the house with us. And then he was kind of crying and sniveling at night, so I'd have to get up, you know, in the mornings and take him outside and take care of him and then put him back or whatever. But yesterday, he was in pretty rough shape. Like, I knew this morning I was going to wake up and I was going to find him passed away. And
that's what happened.
Yeah, so like yesterday, I petted him and I was talking to him and I was trying to tell him to remember all the good times, remember your ball, you know, remember your, you know,
yeah,
all that good fun stuff that you would do. Told him he had the best cuddles, you know.
But it's sad that's, you know, death is a part of life. Everybody experiences it in some way, shape, or form. And I'm just happy he got to come out here and experience the woods.
Yeah.
You know, in his life, and he was a very loved and cherished dog. So
he was. So I will greatly miss him.
So sad vibes today, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to stay busy. We do have some things we need to get done today. Unfortunately, this happened today, and we're gonna try to keep, you know, positive attitudes the best we can.
I'm sure Tank wouldn't want us to be moping.
No, we won't. We got some stuff to do. He's right here. I've already talked to him a couple times this morning. Came out here and yeah, so. But we'll try to stay positive, guys. We're going to send good vibes your way.
Yes.
Even though we have some sad vibes today, guys.
Yes.
Try to stay motivated. We're going to try.
Yeah.
So you guys have a great day. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.